The next 4 videos in this series will see us going into the 4 Paralogue chapters. Each of these Paralogues are triggered when a certain mercenary fulfills their required happiness, levels, town events, or a combination of these. Completing these maps will permanently recruit them. The 4 maps will be for Sylvis, Kramer, Ruby, and Faye respectively. Even though we're talking about them here, you may not necessarily have these maps ready at this stage in the game. Typically, if you're using these mercenaries frequently, you can be expected to unlock these maps anywhere between chapters 6 through 8. In terms of difficulty, these maps boast enemy quality around the time frame of chapter 6 or so. Feel free to tackle these whenever they become available. Sylvis, whose entire pride rests in her line of work as a bounty hunter, has been tracking the ever-elusive and surprisingly charming Captain Weiss for a long time now, but has failed every time to apprehend him or his crew, known only as the Sea Mouse. When the Sinnoh Knights receive a request to escort some merchant convoys on their naval route, Sylvis decides to join, and as luck will have it, we just happen to run into Weiss on this particular voyage. A brawl breaks out between the looting Sea Mouse and the Sinnoh Knights in hot pursuit, but Sylvis only has her sights set on one man. So begins Paralogue 1, Hero of the Seas. Objective: capture Weiss and bring him in alive. Note that the map can only be completed by capturing Weiss. In fact, if Weiss is killed, then the map will immediately fail. Since Weiss is also one of the 18 men on the bounty list, completing this map will guarantee that you gain the doubled reward for capturing Weiss, which totals to 10,000 denarii, a welcome chunk of change for any playthrough. The Sea Mouse crew members have already finished looting by the time we intercept, and are currently in full retreat back to Weiss's ship. It's our job to chase down and kill as many of them as possible to take the loot back. On our deck, every member of the Sea Mouse is carrying an item that will drop on death. Most of them have money, but the 2 furthest fighters from us have a house charm and a gold dust. The former is a powerful accessory for any unit that can use bracelets, and the latter is a crafting item that we must procure. Bring some of your most mobile units to chase them down. If nothing else, at least acquire the gold dust before it is lost. But beware, the archer in the top boarding plank will cover the retreat of the Sea Mouse and is armed with broadhead arrows that can instantly kill the hordes of your mobile units in pursuit of the fleeing pirates. Weiss will also call in more men to cover the retreat. From turns 3 to 6, 2 swordfighter reinforcements will spawn every turn from Weiss's ship, which totals to 8 reinforcements over the course of the chase. By the time they reach us though, most of the fleeing Sea Mouse should have already been taken care of. Since the pirates are more concerned with fleeing than fighting, the onus is on us to proactively take as many of them down as we can. Be warned, Weiss is fully active from the start and will actively walk into you to start a fight. But thankfully, capturing Weiss is exceptionally easy. If Sylvis attacks Weiss, a special dialogue will play and combat will begin normally. If Sylvis lands at least 1 point of damage on Weiss, a special map trigger will fire and instantly cripple him, allowing you to capture Weiss for free to end the map. Note that this hit must deal damage. If the shot misses, or Weiss negates the incoming damage by proccing his parry, then the scripted cripple will not occur. If this happens, keep trying with Sylvis until you land damage on Weiss. After the initial scrap against the fleeing Sea Mouse, you can take your time for the rest of the map. Capture a few enemies here and there to get some free swords, bows, and axes. Weiss won't mind unless you walk into his sight range. The archer in the top gangplank is also holding a triple fire bow, which is an item that Erzheimer wants for his collection. Just like chapter 6-2 however, you don't have to acquire the bow here if you cannot find the time to do so, since it will be dropped in a later map. Once you have looted the pirates to your heart's content and given them a taste of their own medicine, take Weiss in alive and we will have cleared a quick map. Completion of this map recruits Sylvis into your army. We have a few more Paralogue maps to go through. See you soon for Paralogue 2, and I hope you're ready to engage in another high-speed chase.